Bonjour, hello, welcome to MaxMountainWorld. Just been out in the Jaguar, had to go and do a quick message down in the main station. And coming back out, I'm about to go back out again, but with the Saxo. Today, 7 years ago today, I took the keys for the Citroen Saxo. I'll go over sort of like a semi-review thing of it 7 years after I bought it. Hard to believe, 7 years, goodness. I think that's the longest I've ever kept a vehicle, by quite a long way. But yeah, this is what, 21 years old now. Spark up the dash, wait for the pumps to finish, and she starts first time every time. There we go. Just let it warm up. And there she is in all her glory. I forgot the light for the GoPro, but you can see mostly going on fairly tidy under the bonnet for a 21-year-old car. As I say, starts first time every time, doesn't miss a beat. So like I say, 7 years, hard to believe. With the car being 21 years old, that means time-wise, I've had this car for the last 1/3 of its life. More or less the same in respect of mileage or kilometrage. And she's running great. There's been a few things I've had to do, I'll cover that in a minute as well. But overall she runs great on the snow. She's on Nokian snow tyres, which from Finland. The Finns know about driving on snow. So we'll head out, have a little wander around, and we'll show you some more about the car and a bit of a review of what's what with it all. Snowing pretty heavy, a couple of inches since about 5 o'clock this morning, and it's due to carry on till about 10 o'clock this evening, but no problem at all with adhesion. Yeah, big flakes coming down. Very busy with cars parked all over the place just now as well, but this is the last day, or tomorrow is the changeover day from the high season. Should quieten off a bit, especially as regards the parking situation. That's a dig out, but he's not supposed to be parked there anyway. Thank goodness for ABS, it makes life easy. I can do the cadence braking, but no need with a vehicle equipped with ABS. Lots of skid marks about where people have been having fun. And the roads, we've not seen the dark side of the roads for a wee while. It's going to be a wee while now after this snowfall. There's a car that I would love to have a shot of, but not on this Mustang. Not, I'm talking about the Nissan Junk. This Mustang ahead of us. This guy's on normal road tyres, not on winters. That's why he's going so slowly. It's not just the extra grip, it's the confidence in the car as well. Not overconfidence, because that's dangerous, but it's not a Mustang actually. It looks like one with the way the rear lights are set up. It's actually a Peugeot. Yeah, get a bit of practice in. Yeah, Peugeot with Ford Mustang type lights on it. So stuff to do with playing around with handbrakes. There's one guy giving it a bit of side action and whatever you want to call it. Practice is a good way of putting it. There he goes, sideways. Maybe just out of range to see on cam. But yeah, it's very important, and at the end of this video I'll explain why. I'll explain the very first, you could say, incident that happened with this car after I'd bought it. But anyway, it's been a good car. I've got now, what's the mileage on it? I'm just a couple of bucks short of 160,000 kilometers, which is about 100,000 miles. It was just a couple of bucks over 100. So as I say, mileage wise, kilometrage wise, I've had about a third of its life, the last third of its life. There's been a few things I've had to get done. I've had the cylinder head gasket was replaced. That didn't really cost too much, and it only took a couple of days. The other thing, I had all the cooling system redone on it. That was one of the first jobs. It was done at the Citroen garage. Basically the radiator, the thermostat, the pump, everything was all gunged up. The car I bought from an old farmer guy, and he was the first owner. He'd never hammered it or nothing, so now and again with a car you need to give it a bit of a thrashing just to keep the cobwebs out of the system. So I had all the cooling system redone. A couple of weeks after that, just to make sure, and heading into winter, when I had a set of winter tyres fitted, I had the geometry all checked. It was pretty good, but they made it perfect. Subsequent to that, I did a video actually, I'll see if I can find it, where I was going down the motorway seeing how long I could keep my hands off the wheel. Now, hands off the wheel, not like that, but just ready to go. And the longest I've managed to do that was 4.2 kilometers on a straight piece of motorway road. So running pretty straight as well. So basically that's it. After 7 years, very, very happy with it. I did try and sell it earlier on last year, just after summer, but nobody gave me a good enough offer, and I didn't sell it. Obviously I've still got it. So pretty good thing, because the garage, I had to put the Jaguar into the garage for a couple of things, and at least I had a second vehicle to use off season. Very important, because there's no public transport up here in the mountains. But anyway, what I'll do now is I'll go to head down the mountain, and I'll go over exactly what happened on the way home when I collected the car that day. Everything else has been grand with it, as I say. A lovely car, using it for all sorts of things, for radio stuff, for transporting stuff around, for taking skis to other resorts and whatnot, between the two cars now. But anyway, that's it. 7 years of the Citroen Saxo, and as I say, nothing to report. Everything works, nothing broken. What more can you want? Thanks for watching. Right, let's get out of this parking area. Nice little J-turn. There's a lot of snow about, and there's a lot more to fall as well. When I had the cooling system done in the car, I also had the timing belt done. Very important. It was about 15,000 kilometers before it was due, but a very important part of the engine. So I had that done as well. And a few other odds and ends were looked at, a few other things, but apart from that, not much invested. Over 7 years of a small car like this. So what I'll do is I'll head back up. I'm down the mountain quite a bit here, and it's actually raining here. So I'll go back up. I'll explain now what happened. I was coming back. I'd collected the car just after midday, roughly the same time as now. It was considerably colder than it is now, and I was coming up here, and at this point was just where it was beginning to get a little bit snowy at the side of the road, and very foggy today, but you should be able to see things. There's still some remnants of the snow from November, because the sun doesn't go there. The sun never hits that part there, and that's the point to watch out, especially just reflecting back on what I was saying about playing. if you go out and play in the snow, you get to have a reaction and not something you have to think about, and that's so important, as you'll see in a second there. So forgive the noise the wipers make. Snow is very clean water. So it's coming up here, we come into the next right and then a left-hander with an Armco, and just round here there's no sunshine at this time of year. I was coming round here roughly the same speed as I'm doing now, about 40 kph, and it started sliding into the barrier. A quick whack up with the handbrake, which was my reaction, and I just nudged the back corner against the Armco rather than scrape the whole side of the car and wipe out the mirror and all sorts. So needless to say, further up here, as you'll see now, there's nowhere to stop. I was dying to see what I'd done. I was cursing, the air was blue, I was screaming and shouting and bawling at myself. I was so angry that that had happened. And what I'll do is, I've got a good bit further up, there's no opportunities to stop safely up here, especially today in the fog. But up here, I can't really stop there. You can see there's plenty of vehicles around, it's busy. I don't want to tip over the edge of that because it's snowy and I don't want to get stuck or have to put chains on or whatever. The traction in this is brilliant with the automatic box. You get better traction on snow because it's not direct drive, it runs through a torque converter to the wheels from the box. So I came up here and I thought, yeah, I can stop in here. So I just pulled in here off the road and had a little look at what I'd done. Sufficiently off the road, and I thought I was expecting the worst, and all that happened was that, nothing else, just that, which I can touch up and paint over. I have touched it up a couple of times, but didn't really want to go overboard with stuff like that. It's a minimal thing. At least I didn't wreck the whole side of the car, which is still in pretty good condition. So very happy with the car still. 21-year-old car, still runs like clockwork, starts fresh every time, and still looks good. I like the overall silver impression that you get with the colour of the car as well. Handy thing about the car is that I've got it in sort of commercial mode, as it were. It's got all the gear, shovel under there, all the stuff, chains, the whole shooting match, and I have it set up like this just so that I can carry skis and other items around in it, and very handy as a little tiny little van type vehicle like that. So you can see inside as well, I fitted the stereo. It came with its original stereo as well as the original wheel trims, and the thing was as original, but the original stereo was a cassette player, and I've got the CD player with the MP3 insert and audio insert and everything. Added a couple of speakers on, and it's got a good sound system in it too. So that little incident happened at about 1,000 meters altitude, and just as we're coming up here, this is about 11:50, just getting up to where the recent snow this last couple of days has been falling at the side of the road. You've already seen what the roads are like further up as well. So one other point, when I had the problem with the head gasket, I didn't cook the engine. I sussed it out before it got into a bad situation. So it was a pretty easy job for my mechanic to do the replacement, and because the pump and everything had been redone, that was all he really needed to do. So it just runs great, no problems with overheating or anything, and we're just coming up to about 1,300 meters altitude now, and you can see the snow starting to lie. Big difference between the 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and up to Les-Orres 1800. We're getting into cloud here. It's not fog, we're actually in cloud in places here as well. But the automatic, I love the automatic. I mean, I'm a driver guy, you know, but in the mountains, automatic box every time. It is so much easier. We're just coming up to Les-Orres 1550, 1550. The daytime parking and the bottom of the ski area. You can see already we've got snow here. So this is the recent snow that's fallen a couple of weeks ago and last night and today. And the local Navette bus, the shuttle bus, picking folk up from the bottom. We just come up now to the junction, turn left to go to the main station, 1650. 1800 is off to the right, and this is where we really start appreciating the snow tyres. People stopping in stupid places to get their chains off and stuff. The road's okay here, but it gets a bit white in a minute. There's other cars you have to watch out for. They're not as well equipped or skilled as such. Again, stupid place to sit and their chains up. And it is getting slippy right enough. Yeah. No problem with traction. So fun. Being front wheel drive, your fun is done doing donuts backwards. It's quite slippy. Keep the momentum going here. It is very, very slippy. Fresh snow is amongst the slippiest you can get. No worries, just take it easy. And the auto box automatically goes into the next gear if you start spinning up fast, and the next gear's got more traction. Heading onto the white roads now. Tourists, visitors, snow chains. That's what you want. A Raptor. But this is what I want. It's grand. Take it easy, just watching out for anyone out of control coming down the hill. Just very easy, throttle up. Keep on the black stuff. Dark stuff's the grippiest. Just watching what this dog's gonna do. This is very slippy. The old hairpin. Keep the momentum and get the car rotated. That's the way to do it. And we're up at 1800. Quite a big difference from down below. And quite slippy. Thanks again for watching. So that's it. 7 years of the Saxo. There we go, lights back on. Okay, so yeah, back in the garage, and this is its parking space. And the Jaguar, 2.5 years I've had that now. Time is flying. But as I say, the Saxo, yeah, gonna keep it for a while yet anyway. What a lovely little machine.